Hello everyone, I'm making this movie. This is the third movie for the third chapter for all of you to work in after you completed chapter 2. Okay, this is the title of chapter 3, Patterns of the World Trade. So Patterns of the World Trade is the title of chapter 3, and we have some points objective for the chapter. The first is international trade in the 20th century. Under this point you have two tables to work, and these two tables will provide you the data information for you to answer the question that related to this point. These two tables are 1.3.1 and 1.3.2. Second point objective is trends in merchandise trade and commercial services by region. Trends means movement or directions. So movements or directions in merchandise trade, movements or directions in commercial service by region. So second point objective we divided by 2. First we will look at commercial trade by region. So what regions that we look at under commercial trade? So first EU, the EU region, or the region of EU, you will have 4 tables. These 4 tables will provide you some information, data that can help you to work in order to answer the question related to merchandise trade in EU. Second region Asia, the third North America, the fourth Central and Eastern Europe, and the fifth Middle East, sixth Africa, and last one Latin America. So the first point of second point objective, merchandise trade. So you will have 7 regions to work with. Second point, commercial service. Commercial service based on the textbook is a little bit short writing, a short explanation. If you think this writing or explanation is not enough, you can find data or information from the other sources like Google or YouTube. Okay, when you get data from the other sources, or even though you get data from the textbook, don't forget to cite the source inside your answer, and at the end of your answer, at the end of the answer sheet, you need to put a reference. Okay, this is the way that you can avoid plagiarism. Okay, the third, foreign trade between trading blocks and their members. The first one, extra-regional merchandise trade and inter-regional merchandise trade. So the first one we have sub-point 4.1 North America. Under this sub-point of the first one, you will have 2 tables. These 2 tables again will provide you the data information that enable you, that can help you to work in order to answer the question regarding to this point. These 2 tables are 1.3.7. The previous one, it should be 6. Yes, here 6. That's why now is 7, and then 1.3.8. Subpoint, the other subpoint of the first point, Western Europe, and the third point is subset point is Central and Eastern Europe, and Baltic and CIS states. First point Latin America, the fifth one Asia, the sixth point Africa. Okay, so extra and inter-regional merchandise trade, you will have yeah, you will have, or you will discuss these 6 regions. Okay. The fifth one, world's leading exporters and importers. To mean the bigger importing country, or the larger or the bigger exporting country. This is exporters and importer. So for the fifth objective point, we have subpoint 5.1 merchandise trade. Okay, so again, these are the points for objectives sub chapter 3. So when you look at this already, so let's move to question. Let's move to your work for chapter 3. So chapter 3, topic discussion. So the first question, what are the patterns of international trade in 20th century? Again, you have 2 tables to work in order to help you. And if you think this is not enough, you can go to other sources, like I said earlier, YouTube or Google. But when you get the sources, it doesn't matter from YouTube or Google, from textbook. Don't forget to put the citation in your answer and reference at the end of the answer sheet. Okay. Second question, what does it mean merchandise trade? What does it mean merchandise trade? How is the merchandise trade by region? How is the merchandise trade by region illustrated? Illustrated, it means explained or demonstrated or presented by region. So what are regions? Such as EU, Asia, North Africa, Central and Eastern Europe, Middle East, Africa, and Latin America. So this is by region. The third question, what does it mean commercial services trade? Commercial services trade. How is the commercial services trade by region illustrated? So you can get information or explanation from textbook. And again, if you think these explanation from textbook are not enough, you can go to outside source. But again and again, don't forget to put citation and reference. The fourth question, what is the original merchandise trade? Original merchandise trade. How is the regional merchandise trade studied or researched? Studied or researched or analyzed? Could you present foreign trade between trade blocks and their members? So this you can go to textbook to see. And once again, if you think textbook is not enough or not clear, you can go to other sources. The fifth question, what are the trends of extra-regional merchandise trade and inter-regional merchandise trade? What are the trends? What are the movements? What are the direction? Okay, regional, we're talking about regional. Yes, the same thing of every question. We look at the regional of North America, Western Europe, Central and Eastern Europe, Baltic and CIS states, Latin America, Asia and Africa. So this is you need to explain, you need to clarify, demonstrate what are the trends of extra-regional trade among these regions, or inter-regional trade, regional merchandise trade. The last question, based on table 1.3.9, how can you briefly describe the top? Yes, okay, again I said briefly. If you make presentation, you need to make it briefly, but when you answer, writing answer, you can make it longer. Okay, because writing answer, it's not limited to time, but when you make a presentation, you have time limited. That's why don't make too long. Okay, so I clarify briefly here, refer to your presentation, answer presentation, but not writing presentation. writing presentation you have time, that's why you can make a bit longer, but when you talk, when you present, you need to make it shorter. Okay, based on table 1.3.9, how can you briefly describe the top 10 world's leading exporters and importers? Okay, so you have the table, and then based on the table you need to describe, you need to write the answer, and then you need to present. So topics discussion for chapter 3, you have totally 6 questions, but not really 6 question mark. Okay, so this is like you have 1 question mark, this is you have 2 question mark, this is you have 2 question mark, this is you have 3 question mark plus 1, this is you have 1 question mark, this is you have 1 question mark. Okay, so I also provide you the other sources. The other sources that you can go to get the data information. Beside, yes, you can go to Google and then you can find these sources. The first is about ADB. Okay, so ADB also, you can go to ADB website, you can find the working paper series is about Asian trade flow, trends, patterns or projection, something like this. But this is a little bit old, 2011, now 2023. But if you could find the updated one, it's better. The other one is Beyond Asia, New Pattern or Trade. This is I cut this should be from World Bank. Yes, I cut the frame, that's why you cannot. Okay, you can go to that one in Google, and you can it link you to this one. Another one is Globalization Patterns in EU Trade and Investment 2017 edition. I also not show you the link. Okay, I'm not showing the link in order to enable you to find. But this way I should not tell you. But if I cut this one out, you cannot find that one. I should not show you the link in order to enable you to find by your own. Okay, these are the sources that you can use in order to make your answer become better. Okay, so my slide presentation is ended, so we will go to the textbook. Yes, this is the textbook. Patterns of trade, the first international trade in the 20th century. You can see you can read this explanation, and then in order to abstract, in order to get information or the idea, in order to write your own answer. Don't just select and copy and paste into your answer. No, this is a plagiarism. This is a cheating style. So just read this one in order to get idea, in order to get the data, and then write your own style. Okay, you can read this one. So you have 2 tables. Yes, this one 1.3.1 rate growth or growth rate in volume of merchandise exports. They take from 11 countries and the world from 1890 to 1988. But this table not showing one by one year, is a group year. For example, this is yes, this is a country annual average compound growth rate. Yes, this is country. This is the main country, the key players country, and the rest they say the world. Okay, and what is it here? This is the growth rate. Next one table. Next one is merchandise export as a percentage of GDP. GDP here, it should be GDP, the price 1990s. If you already took principal economic or some economic courses, they're talking how to calculate GDP, especially real GDP. So you need to look at the price, especially base year's price. So in this case, merchandise export as a percentage of GDP by using 1990s price to compute. And again, we have 11 key player countries and they are the world from 1870 to 1998. Okay, we have 11 countries like here, and last one is the world. So again, even though the author used data from the other sources to make this table, they put the source. Okay, this is they put the source. So under the first point, the first objective, chapter 3, you have two tables. Besides two tables, you have some explanation to read in order to get idea. Okay. Second point, trends in merchandise trade and commercial service by region. Okay, they split into two. Commercial trade. So as I show in my PowerPoint slide, the first EU region. The EU region, you have four tables. Yes, the first here, 1.3.3. Evolution of world export from 1870 to 1998 at constant price of 1990 price. So this is talking about constant price of base year price, but they take 1990 as a base year price. That's why the price from base years not change, should be constant. So we have here this country, this is total among this country, and we have this country in total and this country in total. So you have here what is this number? This number is evolution. What does mean evolution? Like the movement, something is of export, world export from, yes, this one. So continue. This is continue. This is new table 1.3.4. Grow in the values of world merchandise trade by region from that period of year. Okay, so have value. This is year. This is period. This year. This year. Year. Export and import. Okay, and so you can see the table, and this is the world, this is the region, and they also say something about Japan and China, and 6 East Asian trader. Okay, yes, this is region, this is country. And the third table in second point is 1.3.5. The pattern of world merchandise trade. The world region, and also in Asia they split into China, Japan. Maybe. Yes, in Asia, China, Japan are the key player countries from this period. Okay, from this period. This part is about export, this part is about import. You can see the data. And this is the last one, the last table for second point objective 1.3.6. Top 10 exporters and importers in merchandise and commercial service. This is country should be, yes, it is top 10 on total. Value export value and import. This is share. Okay, and next, second region for commercial trade, Asia. Third, North America. Fourth, Central and Eastern Europe. You can read this one by your own. I'm not reading for you. Middle East, Africa, Latin America. And second point, this one is commercial service. Commercial service is short passage or short paragraph. If you think it's not enough, you can go to the other sources in order to complete, in order to add some more data or more information to make your answer become better. The third point, objective, foreign trade between that blocks, trading blocks and their members. Okay, so you have 3 questions here. So when you read this one, you can find 3 questions here. Yes, maybe I scroll a bit faster because you can read by your own because you have this book. I just scroll it faster or scroll it up, scroll it down faster because I just show you a brief. And the first one, extra regional merchandise trade and inter-regional merchandise trade. So regional, when talking about regional, we're talking about location. Okay, boundary location. North America. Under North America, you have table 1.3.7. Grow in volumes of world trade in commercial services by region. This during period of year, and pattern of world trade, world merchandise trade. So we have world, have region, and in Asia, under Asia, they also rest two key country players, China and Japan. The other one is that table is 1.3.8. Merchandise trade are selected regional integration managed arrangement 2001. The data show you in $billion and percentage. Okay, this is a region, but they like integrate, that means they sum together, they add them together. Okay, so you can read this one. This is 2001 value 95 2001. This is share total export import. Okay, the annual percentage growth. This is continue table. Okay, the next region is Western European, Central and East European, Baltic and CIF states, Latin America, Asia, Africa. You can see this is very short, only 3 lines, maybe not enough for you to answer. So you need to find the other sources. You need to spend time to find the other sources information data in order to complete this one. Like this one is too short, it's not easy to understand, so you can go to the other sources in order to find extra information, extra data to get it a better answer. Okay, last one, the world's leading exporters importer. So we split into 2. One is merchandise trade. No, we're talking about merchandise trade, not service. Okay, they only focus on merchandise trade. But normally, if we have merchandise trade, we have commercial services, because we also can import services as well. But maybe services is not easy to understand, or it's not easy to get data. That's why the last point of chapter 3 talking about merchandise trade. So I mean the country that the leading country of export merchandise trade, the leading country of import merchandise trade. Okay, so the last point you will have one table 1.3.9. that's why this is 10. So you need to see this one. This is not really hard to work for the last point. Okay, so now I up to the end of my presentation. So make I will put this movie again into the YouTube, and I encourage all of you to see this movie from YouTube. Maybe not only one time, 2 or 3 times. It depends on how can you understand. If you watch one time and you can understand, okay. If you watch 2 or 3 times you still not understand, try to watch more and more. And again, once you watching, you need to comment I'm watching and click like. And the one who not yet subscribe my channel, please click the word subscribe, the red color, the word subscribe. Okay, so I expect that you can utilize this YouTube movie in order to extend your group work. Okay, and again, if you don't understand some point from the textbook, you can send to ask me through Telegram, private or group Telegram. It doesn't matter. If you want or other friends to know your question, okay, you can drop in the group. Or if you don't want, you just let me know and I will respond to you. So just approach me by private Telegram. Again, when you watch, comment, click like and click subscribe. If you the one who not yet subscribe, click subscribe. But in general, click like, click write comment and subscribe. Okay, so this is end of my movie instruction. So now it's time to you to work.